And we're live. Let's let's rag on John for a minute. So I'm actually gonna send him a picture. So in case y'all were wondering, um, we were supposed to start at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Well, we started, or I sent the link in our group thread, and John says, "OMG, this is now?" Question mark. I thought it was 8. I'm at the gym. So, oh, good times, good times. I'm gonna send him a picture and say, "Bam, we're live." Fun stuff. I like giving John a hard time. It's a funny story. So we did Crash Crucible was this past weekend. Crash Camp was what it was called this year. So John was in town. We got to hang out some. Um, we got to talk a bunch. Anyways, so he was. We did a. It was more of another guy than me, but he kind of brought me in on it. A Sunday church service, pretty much Bible study slash sermon slash whatever. Sunday morning at the gym, and for anybody, for athletes, coaches, spectators, whoever wanted to come, posted it on social media or whatever, and it was Sunday morning at the first event started at 9, I believe, and we had a volunteer workout at 7:30. So we met for church at 6:30 Sunday morning, and so I text John Saturday night, and I said, "Daniel, you'll get a kick out of this." I said I should have sent him in the group message, but I texted him and I said, "Hey man, we're doing church in the morning at 6:30 at the gym." And I'm pretty sure he already knew about it. I was just reminding him. But yeah, I said we're doing church in the morning at the gym 6:30 if any of y'all want to come. And John texted back. He said, "I'm gonna try." And immediately I texted him back and I said, "Would have been crazy if no," I said, "Would have been pretty crazy if Jesus would have just tried to give his life for you." uh,
That's good stuff, dude.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's
Give
good
him a
stuff.
little taste of his own medicine a little bit. Perfect opportunity. He ended up coming, so it was good. We actually, dude, we had it was like there was probably 15 or 20 guys that showed up. 3 of them, um, obviously you can't judge anybody's heart, but 3 of them are pretty positive or unbelievers. So, they heard the gospel Sunday morning. And actually one of them, Peter, he posted a video on Instagram. The video that John called me out when he said, "You get the camera in your face for 3 seconds, and then uh, you're gonna flex like we're in middle school." Blah blah blah. Well, the very I don't know if you watched the video or not. So the I said that it was the Sunday morning service was more one guy, Michael. It was more of him than me, but he asked me to pray at the end. So, um, yeah, I said a few words or whatever, and then prayed. And obviously, at the end of a prayer, you say, "In Jesus' name, Amen." Right? So this guy, um, he's kind of got like a little bit of a space with the in the CrossFit space or whatever with the Savon crew and all that. So he made a reel for Sunday, and he posted it, and like within the first, I don't know, 20 or 30 seconds of the reel, there was a clip of me saying in Jesus' name, amen. So I thought that was pretty cool. And like a bunch of people, like it got a bunch of views, a bunch of likes and whatnot. So I thought that was pretty neat and JR thought that was pretty cool that out of all the things that he could have posted, those were the words that he posted. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was cool. Yeah, it was pretty neat to see that. Yeah, I did. I kept my word. So whenever Garrett and Colleen, whenever we did that show with them the other week, they mentioned something about not having or I think, God, why does it keep doing that? I think Garrett had mentioned. She said, I thought the only thing was a King James version, and
Oh man.
so that kind of sparked a little bit of a conversation. And so I told him, I said, "How?" And this is not. I know this sounds. I'm saying I a lot. Like it's not. I'm not. I'm not saying it to point out myself. Like this is not. It's not like I'm a hero or anything. But long story short, I told him on that podcast that I would give him a Bible, NLT, or a different version or whatever. So they both have a NLT Bible now. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So go ahead.
How'd the event go overall?
It was good. It was like really busy, but Michael. So I do like the equipment crew or whatever. So me and some friends. There's a bunch of us actually. We've been doing it for the last 4 years, and anyways, so this year Michael he's got a electrical business. So he's into like he has to like draw on AutoCAD and like do blueprints and all this. So he was kind of in charge. So he made a bunch of different blueprints of how we were going to lay out each workout. So like it wasn't scrambling around like, hey, I can't remember where this goes or like what all this is. Like it made things so much easier. Like transitions were smooth, fast. Because it's a bunch of equipment. I mean, you remember seeing at Syndicate, like every event had different equipment that had to be brought out. Like it was a lot like that. Like it was a lot, but it went really smooth. But it was long hours. Like it I mean, obviously we're there all weekend, but it's fun.
How many athletes competed?
30 men, 30 women, I think.
Wow. Okay.
And then 30 individual male, 30 individual female. I think, don't quote me on the 30, but I think it's somewhere between 28 and 30, somewhere like that. And then I think there was 4 or 5 masters women, and then maybe 8 or 10 masters men.
Okay.
So
Wow.
probably 70 to 75, 70 to 80, something like that total. There was a lot going on for sure.
Yeah. No doubt. That's cool.
Dude, my fantasy team is so trash. It's so bad. Like, dude, yeah, you do not want my help. I'm not. So that's why I just kind of ignored it because you don't want my help.
In fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you've had a rough draw, dude.
Well, that's the bad part. Like, I didn't get a rough draw because I drafted everybody.
Well,
I've got good players.
I gotta see what you.
And here's another thing that I don't understand about the whole fantasy thing. So what takes so long with a trade? Like did you accept that trade that I sent you?
Was it a new one?
It was like last week, or this week. I can't remember. It was basically, you remember the one you sent me, and then you said I don't think it'll go through because I don't have what's his name anymore. So I sent you another one after that. I don't know
Oh,
if you've seen it or not.
shoot. No, I just saw it. I just saw it. So,
Oh, that was okay. That makes sense then, because I saw that it was still pending today, and I was like, what takes so long? But if you hadn't seen it, I don't care if you accept it or not. This honestly, I just want to win one game. That
yeah.
sounds like I'm gonna lose, so I'm gonna have to do a workout, and it's
You know,
looking like. Let's see,
what sucks is I just got offered a
who's
better one.
take it, dude. You're in a much better position than me. I mean, I'm literally gonna lose. Like, there's no way around it. What is it, week 8? I'm literally 0-7.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a
And
chance.
don't try to be nice. Like, give it to me straight. Like, I'm trash at fantasy,
No,
and it really pisses me off that Destiny's done so good. I know that sounds bad.
well, you know what's crazy is she came out hot, dude. She's in 8th place right now.
Oh yeah, she is, ain't she?
Yeah. So, because it's kind of
Dang, she is kind of trash now.
it's kind of anybody's game up top.
Except for me. Except for mine.
You and Jay Jones are fighting for that last place, dude.
Yeah, she beat me like last week or 2 weeks ago. It is so bad. Like, and it doesn't help the fact too that I don't really know how the app works either. So like, I still don't really know what's going on.
What do you mean you
I
don't
also
know?
I hadn't really taken the time to play with it much either, but I don't know. I just don't like. If you go to players and go to the available players, like, why does it? If I say, for example, if I want to draft Marcus Mariota right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to add, says you have 2 empty slots on your roster, you can add this player without dropping anybody. But then when I add him, it'll say something about pending till Wednesday.
Right now?
I don't know about right now. I haven't done it. Like,
It shouldn't
I
right
guess
now.
I could try to draft somebody right now.
Yeah,
See what
do it
happens.
right now. Like, find someone you really want right now, and you should be able to get them right now. Because Wednesday is when the waiver wire resets. So if you tried to do it like Tuesday, they'll make you wait till
I
Wednesday.
don't know what the waiver wire is either.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I need
I can educate you on
another-
that. Well, you can get a little fantasy football crash course really fast.
Dude, that's perfect.
So the waiver wire is just it's a term taken directly from the NFL. When people make cuts, they make cuts on Tuesdays in the NFL. So what happens is
See, like, look, not to interrupt you, but this guy.
yeah.
See how it says Wednesday?
Yeah, because he plays tonight. That's why. He's playing right now.
Oh, they've already started. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I wanted to draft Hunter Henry for the Patriots, let's see. This is just an extra tight end because doofus Brock Bowers is still out. All right, next. Confirm transaction. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's on the team.
There you
Wow,
go.
I'm stupid. I'm really dumb. So can you
learning
do that throughout the whole weekend as long as they hadn't started their game yet?
as long as they haven't started playing yet. Yeah.
Wow, dude, I'm so dumb because this is why I've been sucking so bad because I thought that once the first game started on Thursday, and I don't know what made me think this, because I never tried anything otherwise, but I thought once on Thursday night started the football weekend, you couldn't add or trading, is what I thought.
That's tough.
How dumb is that?
Well, I mean, you just didn't know how fantasy football worked. I guess it was
No,
fair to.
listen, tell me I'm stupid. That's what I want to hear
d-
right now.
Okay, I'll tell you you're stupid if your wife picked someone up on Friday or Saturday and you didn't know you could. If she did and you didn't, then yeah, you're stupid.
Yeah, but she can be a little sleazy. Like she's probably been drafting people and keeping her mouth shut. That's what's been going on.
Oh man.
What the
I'm look
heck, man?
I'm looking at your I think my wife just got a chuckle out of all that. She's listening downstairs to this and I just heard her chuckle.
Oh, I'm funny. At least I'm funny.
um Dude, I don't know what happened to your. Did you have a lot of guys get hurt?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels,
Okay.
Brock Bowers, which both of them were pretty, or Jaden was a pretty heavy hitter the first couple weeks. What's his name? Xavier Worthy ain't done nothing since he's come back. His first week he gets hurt.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy, and you couldn't pick up Bryce. Your receivers are definitely lacking.
Yeah, trash.
Well, the Tony, I will say the Tony Pollard pick. I that draft, I didn't like that draft pick of yours. I'll be honest with you there, but
I can't remember why I drafted him. I do remember he was a second option. Like I had my thoughts on this one person, and then it was like one or two people before me drafted him, and I was like, I just got to get somebody,
yeah,
and I don't know why I picked him.
yeah,
What makes me mad too is I was kind of helping Destiny whenever she was doing her draft because I was trying to be nice.
yeah.
She would say, "Who should I draft? Should I draft this person or that person?" And I said, "Well, I'd get that person because they're better." And then she would take my advice, and now she see that kind of segues into being a servant, you know,
Yeah,
serving your spouse.
you're just being a good husband. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's all. Good
It's
husband,
not
trash
over though.
fantasy player.
You need
Oh, it's
one
over
really
for me.
you need one really good week and you're in ninth place.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
A lot of season left, dude. A lot of season. Do you have a chance at the playoffs? Probably not. But chance at
Oh,
ninth
that's
place?
way gone. Chance of the playoffs was out week 4. Yeah, that's way out of here.
I think I started 0-6, dude. Or maybe not 0-6, but not good. And now I'm
So
at the door. So
here's another question. Why does it say I'm 0 and 14?
yeah, so I had to figure that out too because this is new for me. It used to always just be I haven't ever used this app. So it used to just be, you win or lose. It's one and
Yeah.
whatever. But you have a chance for 2 wins or 2 losses or 1 win and 1 loss based on one if you win or lose your matchup, and then 2 if you score more than the league median.
Oh, that's stupid. So I have done neither.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm literally the worst that you can be. The worst you can be is 0 and 14, and I'm 0 and 14. Because it kind of messed me up. Like one day, like because I wasn't paying attention and I wasn't thinking, and I can't remember if I was on. Can't remember if I was on this podcast or if I was talking to somebody outside of here. I can't remember, but I said, yeah, I'm 0 and 7 or something, and they were like, yeah, but it's only week 4 or week 3, and I was like, yeah, I'm just that bad or something. Like I tried to cover it up. And I was like, dude, what are you? Did you look at it wrong? And I had to pull up the app, and I was like, why does it say that I'm 0 and 7 or 0 and 6? Yeah, I look like a real dummy there. I can't believe John's at the gym. What a douche.
He's probably trying to get his snatch or whatever lined up.
You know, I've picked up the bar to snatch, like to work on my snatch. maybe twice since that whole deal.
I've done it once.
So I'm probably going to be doing that workout too.
No, I've got just as good a chance right now. So, oh fart! Aaron Jones is playing now. That hurts. I gotta get him off of IR. Okay.
So like that, for example, since he's on injury reserve and he's not injured, he can't go from injury reserve to your roster since he started.
Since he's
right?
already started, yeah, I can't use him. Yeah. But
What I need now, like I'm this bad that the the prayer that I have now is that the person that I'm facing, which is Olivia Kerstetter this week, that her like Jalen Hurts just gets hurt, Bijan Robinson just breaks his ankle. Like that's where I'm at right now.
it's a tough spot to be. I'm not gonna lie. Tough spot to be.
But you know what? That's where we like to be. We like to be an underdog.
There you go. There you go.
Everybody likes a little Cinderella story.
Hey, did you see my comeback last week, dude?
No, was it big?
Oh, it was.
Oh, okay. Whatever, dude.
It's cool. It's cool, man.
Whatever, bro.
At least we know he was, trying to act like he forgot about the time. Then he meant to miss it this week, so we're not.
He would never want to be where we are. That's fine. It's okay.
But yeah, my comeback was unbelievable. It was, I didn't check anything because I'm like, oh, I'm toast. I was playing Miranda last week, and I was down like 50 points with most of my guys done or in the third quarter, and the Broncos mount a crazy comeback versus the Giants. My QB scores like 30 points in the fourth quarter, and I somehow beat her. I was like, that might be the best comeback story ever.
Against your wife, dude. That's perfect.
Yeah, it was nice. She took it like a champ. Though. She was actually quite civilized about it. I was impressed. But
yeah, see, the problem with my players is I've got good people, but I don't have anybody that's done like a standout job each week. Like,
yeah.
a lot of times you have that one player who busts out 34 points. I don't have it. Like none of all of mine, like the bare minimum or the expectation or whatever estimate that's on the side, like 10 points for Saquon Barkley or whatever, it's normally like 9.3. Like, come on, dude. Like,
yeah.
Play one. I mean, one lights out game.
Yeah, Saquon's been quiet this year, dude. That's a tough. That's a tough thing. That's tough to see coming. But and then I don't know who these people actually are, so forgive me. But the guy who drafted Christian McCaffrey in our league this year.
Yeah. Is that Chris?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like that's a total roll of the dice, and it's just working out for him this year because every other year Christian McCaffrey's hurt. So
yep.
It's just
if he was still with the Panthers, he would be hurt. If he got hurt every year he played for the Panthers.
Well, he's been hurt 50% of the time he's been with the Niners, so it's just.
But when he's not, he's dang good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Just keeping him healthy. It's like the Marcus Lattimore of NFL.
Yep. Although Marcus Lattimore was one really devastating injury. So.
Ooh. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough to watch.
Yeah. But I have faith in you, man. I think you pull it out.
Yeah. I don't have faith in myself. Speaking of faith, let's talk about Jesus.
There you go. Let's do that. Good segue.
Oh, me. Where did we end up?
We just finished
First
chapter
John 4?
Yeah, we're
That's what I
chapter 4.
thought.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's what I thought. I was just making sure. Just making sure. Which is this little first section of chapter 4 is very relevant to today. For a lot of false prophets. We send each other videos all the time of these nut jobs preaching all this craziness. God, I just had a thought, and it's a hot take, but probably not the best hot take. But if you really think about it, and this is just out of our group message, that the videos that we've seen, I'm not saying that this is legit every time, but there's always that debate: can women be pastors?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a big majority of the viral videos of these clowns preaching this craziness are women. You know what I mean? And I know that's just a coincidence from the videos that we've sent each other, but 95% of the videos that we've sent, that we've just come across, have been women. Anyways, that was just a hot take. We don't have to get into that. That's
Well,
just
I would expand upon your hot take, and we can at a later point if you want. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to dive into that right now, but I think it's a very warranted hot take. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Which is also it's very interesting. So I was thinking about that this morning, on my run. So I was listening to a guy preach, and I put this video in my or this sermon in my watch later on YouTube, and I honestly just kind of forgot about it. And this morning I was going for like an hour run. And a lot of times, like, I don't know, I'm weird. Like if I'm gonna go run for an hour, I try to find like a video or a sermon that's right at like an hour, 50 minutes to an hour or whatever. So I found this video, and I was like, dang, I forgot about it. So I started listening to it, and he was talking about how the week after the whole Charlie Kirk thing happened, like he was talking about how disappointed he was and how shocked he was at all the people who didn't stand up and say stuff and didn't basically stand up for or stand up against the evil that did all that. Anyways, and he mentioned something about no, he didn't mention something about it. For some, he was talking about false prophets, and then it just popped in my head, women pastors, and again, I'm not trying to get into that debate, but it was weird that we just kind of started talking about that, because that popped in my head, and then I got to thinking about all these false prophets and all these different videos, all the craziness that we see. And I don't really know where I was going with that, but it just made me think of this morning. And also, and I know I'm rambling at this point, but I don't even think I told Destiny this, but I had a pretty interesting encounter this morning as I was running. And it was just something that it really just kind of shook me a little bit in a good way. So, oh, this is cool. Talking about the Peter guy that was at the Bible study or whatever,
Yeah,
Sunday morning. So that's cool. Peter
that's
was
really
asking questions on the last day of Crash to me and Angelo during teardown too. Sweet. That's awesome. Anyway, okay, so as I was running, I was coming up a back street. I've been running in our little downtown area in Spartanburg, and I was coming up this back street, and you've got Main Street that comes across this way that there's like a coffee shop called Spill the Beans right here, Main Street, and then there's like this little one way little back street that goes in between the coffee shop and the other shop or whatever across the road. Well, as I'm running, I look up and there's a lot of homeless people around Spartanburg. A lot more I've noticed lately since I've been running in the mornings. Anyways, so I'm running up this back street because I've got this little loop that I like to run, and coming up, and I look up, and there's a man in a wheelchair, a homeless man in a wheel, or he appears to be homeless in a wheelchair, and he was trying to cross the road, and you know the round manholes that
Mhm.
they use to get to the drainage system under the road or whatever. Well, one of his wheels, I think it was his front wheel, was kind of stuck in the manhole, and he was trying to like he couldn't. He was pretty. I mean, he was stuck. I mean, he couldn't. It wasn't like a like life or death stuck or anything, but he was struggling to get his wheelchair out. So I paused my headphones and I said, "Hey, dude, you need some help?" And he was like, "Yeah, man." He said, um, if you wouldn't mind, could you push me to Spill the Beans, which is that coffee shop?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." So I grabbed him and I pushed him, and it was, I mean, it wasn't far. It was maybe 30 yards or so. And so I'm pushing him, and this is at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm assuming he was going in there to get a cup of coffee or whatever, get warm. 'Cause he had a big like camo jacket on, had like a face mask on because it was a little chilly this morning. Had a bag on him. That's why I'm assuming he was homeless. And as I'm pushing him, we're kind of making small talk, and he made some comment. He was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't be in this situation, or I could have." He said something, but he said if I had my leg or something like that. And then he proceeds to tell me, and I know this is way off topic than what we're about to talk about, but then he proceeds to tell me, he said, "Yeah, I stepped on a landmine in Kuwait while I was serving in the Marines." And to preface that, like I mean, he could be lying. It could not be true at all. And I went to lunch with a buddy of mine today, and he was saying after I told him this, he was like, I really don't know if we've ever been to Kuwait and like fought in Kuwait. And so I looked it up, and in the Gulf War, we actually were over there, boots on the ground. And anyway, so whether he was lying or not, that's besides the point. And so I just got to thinking, like, as I'm pushing him up there, his name's Robert. As I'm pushing him up there, and after I helped him get inside and whatever, and uh as I'm running off, I'm like, man, this guy, if he's telling the truth, like this man fought for our country, nearly gave his life for our country, and he's out here on the streets struggling in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? And it's like my catchphrase this whole time that I've been doing these daily workouts and whatnot is for those who can't. Like it's people like that is the reason why I'm not quitting. You know what I'm saying? And then like yeah, that was a little motivational thought that I had. But then on the other side, I'm thinking we have failed those people. We as a nation, and I know there's only so much that the citizens can do, but we as a nation have failed our veterans. Like the veteran suicide rate is super high. The Now I don't know the statistics of that, but as far as being overseas and serving tours, the suicide rate is pretty high given the circumstances. So I don't know. Like I just got to thinking, like there's got to be something that the church can do. The Big C Church, there's got to be something that we can do for our veterans and for what I'm saying. And it very well could be that the decisions that Robert made put him where he's at now. Very well could be. But there is no reason in general, there is no reason that a man that served our country, nearly gave his life for our country, should be homeless. There's no excuse for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know that
You
was completely off topic.
well, it's a good point you brought up though, and I think it's a very complex point to say the least, because, like you said, you don't know where. Assuming he's telling the truth, you don't know where that line is of him not receiving any help that he could have had, and him making poor choices, and they probably both go together.
Right.
It makes me think of the whole, well, if he truly did blow his leg off, then I'm sure he was probably given a whole bunch of painkillers, probably quickly got addicted to stuff like that, because I don't know how long ago that happened, but Kuwait, we're talking 20, 30 years ago, then that's when they were passing them out like it was nobody's business.
Yeah.
So, but you brought up a good point for me, that kind of hit me in our Bible study last week, our men's Bible study at church. And I mean, we've read this passage a million times, but we're jumping back into James after taking a little break in men's Bible study, and he kind of gave us like 8 points on the book of James. It says this is how a real Christian thinks and lives, and then this is the proof of genuine faith. So those are the 8 points that he describes, and one of them was his fourth point. Real Christians have a religion seen in reality. They walk their worship by controlling their tongue, visiting the vulnerable, helping the helpless, and staying unstained by the world. And it's his reference point is James 1, verses 26 and 27, which says, if anyone thinks himself to be religious and yet does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his own heart, this man's religion is worthless. Pure and undefiled religion in the sight of our God and Father is this, to visit orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself unstained by the world. I know he's not an orphan or a widow, but he is in some ways helpless, and it kind of hit me, because I look the other way when I'm driving, see someone homeless, or I like just keep my eyes fixed or whatever it is, because I was told, rightfully so, that most of the time those people they have the opportunity, like, to go get
Right.
help if they want it. But I think sometimes I use that as just as an excuse to not do something that God might be putting on my heart. So I know you've shared experiences before of actually helping in those situations, and like something crazy happening as a result, or just something different.
Yeah.
So it stuck out to me of, am I really walking my faith in this way, in charity? It's something to think about. So
Yeah. In Matthew 25, 40. And the king will say, I tell you the truth, when you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were doing it to me. Then the king will turn to those on the left and say, away with you, you cursed ones, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his demons. For I was hungry and you didn't feed me. I was thirsty and you didn't give me a drink. I was a stranger and you didn't invite me into your home. I was naked and you didn't give me clothing. I was sick and in prison and you didn't visit me. Then they will reply, Lord, when did we ever see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison? And he will say, I tell you the truth, when you refuse to help the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were refusing to help me. For I was hungry, verse 35, for I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you invited me into your home. No, I know that's talking about more. That's talking more than just helping the needy. You know what I'm saying? But I think if we have a kingdom mindset, if we have our eyes fixed on Christ, I think we can take that as, if we're helping Tim Tebow refers to them as the MVPs, the most vulnerable people.
yeah,
We've got to stand up for people. we got to stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves, you know. And again, like I've said and you said, very good chance that his decisions put him where he's at. But that's I don't think as a follower of Jesus, I don't think that's our it shouldn't be our place to decide that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And you can't enable people. You know, you can't continuously give the same person $20 when you see them on the same corner with the same sign. You know what I mean? Or when you give them money and you see them the next day sitting out there with an empty beer bottle beside them or something. Like that's not what it means. And I think we'll know whenever we're supposed to help somebody. Like you'll get that urge or that feeling. You know what I mean? Like you can't help everybody you see. Like it's just not feasible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I'm rambling again. But yeah, that was that. I meant to say that story at the beginning, but I thought it was pretty neat. And again, he very well could be lying, but it stuck with me, and it kind of made an impact on me.
Yeah. No, valid point, man. Valid point.
So back to false prophets. So 1 John 4, I'll read the first few verses. What version are you? Are you in the ESV?
NASB.
I'll read from your version since we'll be on the same page. Let's see here. First John 4. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. Just right off the rip, that's a very easy way to steer clear from false prophets. If what the person, let's just say, for example, if your pastor, whoever is listening, if your pastor says something that you're not sure about, what should you do? Line it up with scripture, right? It's pretty simple. I mean, if it's pretty cut and dry, you know, if you're at a church and they're preaching something that is not in the Bible or it contradicts something that's in the Bible, then there's a good chance that you're not where you need to be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing that I feel like that's one thing my dad he does often is he'll say, look, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. You know, what I'm up here preaching, you need to be going home and dissecting. You need to be going home and reading it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, we got to be more than, and this is one thing that I'm not great at, but we got to be more than just infants going to get milk on Sundays, you know?
No, that's a great point. And I think it's foolish of us to, especially after the last 4 or 5 years and all the stuff that's happened in society with our, quote, experts, it's extremely foolish of us to think that the church is impermeable from, or impenetrable, I should say, from that same sickness of, you know, oh, well, my pastor told me, like, okay, well, what does the Bible tell you? Like, I don't care what your pastor says. Like, if your pastor's preaching the word, then great. But if your like, are you challenging it? Are you taking it against the word? Not to sow discord, but we were told for the last however long that, you know, trust the science, the experts care about you. Well, you know what? Same thing in the church, right?
Yeah.
Oh, just trust what this. What happened with the dang Reformation, right? Like, oh, trust your priest, trust this. Like, no, let's get the Bible into people's hands, right? So that we can actually verify this stuff. So, but yeah, absolutely, pretty cut and dry, simple there.
Yeah.
Powerful to say the least.
Well, and another point to go on top of that, well, it says clearly in verse 2, obviously following up verse 1, it says, "By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus has come in the flesh and is from God, and every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard that is coming, and now it is already in the Word." So jump back to 1 John 2:22 is when this is brought up before. It says, "And who is a liar? Anyone who says that Jesus is not the Christ. Anyone who denies the Father and the Son is an Antichrist." So it's the spirit of that Antichrist. So what was that? What I was going to say was, so it says, "Dear friends, do not believe everyone who claims to speak by the Spirit. You must test them to see if the Spirit they have come from God, for there are many false prophets in the world. This is how we know if they have the Spirit of God." So it goes back to what is said numerous times in the Bible. You can tell a person by their fruits, right? So if the fruit, if you're getting pears from an orange tree, that wow, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
Get it. I don't know what I walked in on, but I like it.
See, John, this is my, like, take it back. I done messed up.
No, tell me about this.
Why can I not do analogies whenever John rolls in? You know what I'm saying? A pear tree does not produce oranges. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
Wow, that was bad. Actually, I'm just going to leave and let y'all take it over. Wow. That was embarrassing.
That was amazing.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. So that's another reason, or that's another way, or what's another way that you can discern the true gospel versus false gospel, and that's knowing the word, right?
Yeah.
In Psalms 119, "I have hidden your word in my heart so that I might not sin against you." If we know the word, then there's a good chance that we're not going to get slipped up by somebody throwing in something that's not in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, the false prophets, or that one Instagram channel that I send you guys from time to time, nothing they're saying is in the Bible. And if it doesn't come from the Bible, it's not from God.
Does a pastor have license to interpret what he reads? By license, are you saying, like, do they have the right to do so?
Like if they say, "I interpret this differently."
So there's only one interpretation of the text. There might be multiple applications, but there isn't multiple interpretations. So you read the text for what it is, and there's only one way that text was written and the message it was trying to get across. But it might apply to different people in different ways in their lives. But no, he does not have license to interpret it differently.
So if a pastor says, "A lot of people say this is what this means, but I interpret it as this," they're probably full of it.
Yeah. And something my pastor says that I love, just easy concept, is we interpret scripture with scripture. So if the interpretation doesn't match up with other parts of scripture, then the interpretation was not right.
Or they have an agenda that they're trying to push.
And
with said interpretation. But I'm saying they're not even interpreting it wrong. They're just fitting it to what they want.
Sure. I guess some can more.
I think they're more like scamming than actually trying to interpret it, and they were just wrong.
Sure. I think if you're actually trying to interpret it and you're just wrong, like, you're not going to come across in a way where it's like obvious you're peddling heresy.
Yeah. I feel like it's pretty black and white. There are very few scriptures where I'm like, well, it could mean a couple different things that's not explained later or before.
The prophecies get a little like.
But are they not fulfilled?
No, I'm just saying, like, there's certain prophecies that, like, dude, you don't know if he's talking about, like, Jesus, if he's talking about the end times, if he's talking about both in the same passage. So that part of the interpretation is but in terms of, like,
Well, we're talking Old Testament with that, right?
I mean, Revelation probably has some of that too.
Sure, but I mean, we're not talking about Revelation. Tell me where Jesus said something that wasn't pretty clear.
Oh man, I probably have to look through a little bit, but most of the time he's pretty clear. Yeah.
I would say it's humbling. I don't think it's confusing.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was probably confusing to the Gospels or the apostles.
No doubt.
No. But they don't have the leeway to know what we know.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think you could almost argue that some of the parables would be confusing, but also, like you said, John, most of the time, somewhere after the parable, he kind of says, "Look, stupid. This is what I was trying to say." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he says, word for word.
I would say
in
the message.
I would say John 3, not to get off topic too much, but I would say John 3 is a good example of Jesus saying something that's not like, it's true if you take it at face value, and then it's not hard to understand if you take it at face value. But if you try to rectify the two truths that he's espousing in John 3 with your own, mental capacity, then it's pretty dang confusing. So, but if you interpret it with scripture, then it's not as confusing what he's saying. John 3 is when he's talking to Nicodemus, and it's like, hey, you got to be born of the Spirit. And it's like, what are you talking about? And then right after that, he says, so basically he's saying, the argument is for predestination initially. Like, you got to be born of the Spirit. And what do you do during birth? Nothing, basically. But then right after that passage, right after the first, let me see. Right after that, he basically says, like, anybody, John 3:16, the most famous one, for whosoever believes. So it's like, there's those twin truths that we've talked about before, predestination versus man's responsibility. And if we try to rectify them, then things get hairy. But knowing that they're both there and they both exist, then it's like, yeah, okay, what Jesus is saying is clear. It stands with what all of Scripture has said. But I wouldn't say it's easy to understand.
Let me change. I would say, as you said, from a believer, it's easy to kind of black and white it. But if you were explaining it to somebody that had no idea, you know what I mean, or didn't have any prior knowledge, or like even read scripture, or was like, this means this because of this, it would be very hard to explain that to somebody.
Sure. That's like jumping in the middle of a movie without the first hour and a half of context. But
yeah,
multiply it by 1 million.
Yeah. So yeah, I get it.
Anyways, where were we, Brock? Sorry.
Verse 5, I think.
John, where are you?
No, verse 4.
I'm home.
Oh, I haven't seen this room before.
It's the same room that I'm always in. My wife took a crash weekend as an opportunity to rearrange my office completely and move everything that I had where I wanted it to a different location. So it is the same room. It's actually just painted a different color, and everything's different. So
you painted it too?
Yeah, as you can see over here, I have the wall that it used to be, the color that it used to be, and then the rest of the surroundings are what it is now. It's brighter and much prettier, and will make you happier throughout the day. We're all really thrilled about it.
She loves you so.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen this room before. It's the same room. Yeah, me neither. I walked in, I was like, what is this room? Dude, I had something really my Abby Grace dislocated her elbow.
Oh shoot.
How'd you do that?
She just pulled it out of socket. Apparently, like I had done this a lot when I was little. I had it done like three times. And she just got it caught under something and then like turned, and it's super easy to fix. There's like like you do it at home. The doc, you can bring her to urgent care and they'll do it. I think it's called handmaid's elbow.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because if you pull them, they're just really easy to get out of socket. But she did it to herself, which is not. I feel like it doesn't normally happen. Usually somebody's like it's just pulling them and their elbow comes out, right? But then it's a very easy thing to fix. It's always a little bit scary because their arm just goes limp.
Oh.
And then you don't really know if you fixed it or not, and you think you did because you hear like a pop, and then she's hesitant to move her arms because it hurts somewhat, right? And it's just not a great situation, but she's good now. She did it like when she originally did it was like 2 months ago, but like she did it all by herself this time, and I always get a little bit worried. I know exactly what it is. I know like how to, what to fix it with, right? It's fine. But I hate seeing her little arm go limp. You just feel like you know what I mean?
That's
oh gosh.
Tell her to get on some curls, man. Biceps will help.
Yeah. She's got us fat now, so be all right. She'll be all right, but it's not like she's, like 0-14 in fantasy football or anything. So
we already addressed that.
That would be way worse. I know. I'm just doing a little callback.
Dude, I'm so bad. God.
And if it wasn't for Destiny's free fall, Daniel, it would be so beautiful if like Destiny's the person who gave Brock a workout at the end of the season. I feel like
no, it would be awful because like she wouldn't know like how bad
she doesn't know she doesn't know CrossFit, right?
No.
I feel like she would just say run a marathon. Like go run another marathon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be very happy about that.
And we'll get back on topic. You can be last place in the season and you go to a loser's bracket and during the playoffs. Like it doesn't mean you're last place. You just can't get last place when the playoffs start. You have your own little loser bracket. So like the bottom like 4 teams like go play each other, right? And the losers play each other for the toilet bowl. And then, the ultimate loser wins the toilet bowl. That's how it works.
You have like
you just have to win.
Losers,
you just have to win one
really
game.
Big loser.
Because it's funny because you and Jenny are way beneath everybody else, right? So, but whoever those other 2 teams are, which me and Daniel are in the running, but whoever those other 2 teams are, if you just get lucky one weekend, one of those people can be the ultimate loser, even though you were 0-16. Just saying, don't lose hope. You haven't lost. And I know you're adding people while you're podcasting, so I know you haven't, and I'm excited for you.
He didn't know how to add people, dude.
Well, his wife did.
No, he thought.
Yeah, and she's being shady, man. She's leaving me out to dry.
He thought once Thursday hit that you couldn't add anybody.
Oh yeah, no, that's rough. But I love messing with Leslie because she added TJ Hawkinson like today. And I go, and she knows Vikings players, and I go, did you add Josh Oliver? Because Hawkinson, like, he had a sickness, he's out today. And like, she literally added him 5 minutes ago, and she's like, "Are you being serious?" I'm like, "It's just the fantasy footballer said it. I don't. It's one of the podcasts I listen to. I don't know." And like, it's just like and I say this like 2 minutes before the game starts. and dude, and then like she just gets so mad at me. It's so funny. I have such a good time with it because she's very competitive with it.
And that's why your office is painted.
And that's why my office is painted a different color.
That's awesome.
Oh man.
All right, back on topic.
Okay.
We're actually on verse 4, not verse 5.
Okay.
Which is a very, very popular verse. 1 John 4:4. You are from God, little children, and you have overcome them, because greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. They are from the world, therefore they speak as from the world, and the world listens to them. We are from God. He who knows God listens to us. He who is not from God does not listen to us. By this we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
The verse 4 is, John's kind of painting this picture of what we know is true, but it brings me to Ephesians 6, verse 12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. John has gone through the first 3 verses of this chapter discussing, this is how you discern which spirit is which, and then he basically says, okay, good, here's how you discern it, but take heart, because if you are from God and he wins. But we gotta know what we're up against in order to still fight the battles that we're supposed to fight. That's what I had for verse 4. So. 5 and 6 are pretty cut and dry, dude. I don't know how to get away from that. That's one of your what John said earlier. Like, it's pretty clear here. So I'll take you directly to John 10. So this is comes straight from Jesus's mouth, and if you don't want to hear it from John the Apostle's mouth, but through the Spirit, so it's really from God's mouth. So
what real quick, what chapter are we on?
1 John 4, John.
Okay, all right. I've been looking straight through John, and I'm like, I thought this is where we were. I was like, this. I'm not. I went through like 7 chapters of John. Like, I don't like it's okay. Good deal.
But I'm referencing 1 John 4 verses 5 and 6. I'm referencing now John 10 verses 26 and 27. But you do not believe, this is Jesus talking, because you are not of my sheep. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Like I said, it's pretty cut and dry. You know God, you'll hear God. You don't know God, you won't hear him. Whether that's by choice or whether you're blind and deaf. Purposefully blind and deaf, or ignorant.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. I did want to I think something this kind of just hints to the overall like message of the book, or I don't want to say message, context of the book, those first 3 verses where he's talking about distinguishing spirits. Remember how we discussed, like, when we first introduced the book, like the prevailing heresy of the day was Gnosticism. This is that verse 2 that we read. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God. That was like a direct, basically, like, here's your test. Because Gnosticism was saying spirit's good, flesh is bad, therefore Christ can't be both. Or they somehow finagle it some way. So I thought that was interesting. It just gave you another I guess area to see where the context was of when this book was written. But yeah.
Google or the I was looking up on the dictionary app to see what their definition of Gnosticism was. It says a group of ancient heresies stressing escape from this world through the acquisition of esoteric knowledge.
Yeah. You're muted, John. Said you're muted.
Did you read my lips when I said, what did you say?
Yeah.
I said, now I have to look up what esoteric means.
Yeah. I'm
okay.
I looked all this up, but forgot it. It was when we first started, but I'm not gonna say something that's not true. So, but I know it was along those lines of, kind of this otherworldly spirit. Once you get to that level, then all that's good. The flesh is bad, and there was two prevailing like thoughts of the day, basically. One group basically was like not beating themselves to death, but like, I'm in the flesh. Flesh can't do anything right, like, and just not living the gospel and the freedom of the gospel. And then the other group was the exact opposite, which was saying, "Oh, the flesh is bad. The spirit is good. I have a saved spirit, so I can do whatever I want in the flesh because it doesn't matter." Similar to what Paul addresses in Romans, to be honest. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out where a charging port is.
You're good.
Without getting it off. I don't think it's going to be possible.
The old rearrangement got him shook.
It does, man. I can't explain how much disdain I have for it.
I'm the same way. I like my stuff to be where my stuff's at. Just leave my stuff where it's at, please.
All right. Okay.
He's muted again. There you go.
Now I gotta fix my microphone.
You're struggling tonight, dude.
I am, dude. It's I've just been on the run, on the move, like nonstop for a while. So it's hard to get things together. And then I came and now I'm all discombobulated with this. Like I don't know where anything is.
Did you have other stuff besides Crash before Crash where you were out of town and stuff?
Trying to think if I did or not. I don't think so. Did I, Brock? Do you know?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I had I did like athlete mound off of Media Hill, and there were a lot of stuff went into that. No, that stuff doesn't concern you. But No, but like I had like crash rankings and like you do like a week of like build up. Like, like College Game Day kind of does their thing. Like we do that for like every like big competition. So it's like a couple week build up into the actual thing. Crash went great though. Did y'all talk about that?
A little bit.
Yeah, but not like from y'all's. I mentioned it from my standpoint, like from the equipment side and the spectator side and whatnot. It went very smooth, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to some of y'all's broadcasts. I hadn't listened to all of it, but I thought everything that I've heard was pretty top notch. I mean, I thought it was really good.
It was the first time we haven't had
Very
like
natural.
a negative comment. Like usually there's always some, and I haven't heard any. It was the best like I've ever been on like commentary, but it's in like that's a thing where you just the more you do it, the better you get at it. Like saying what's on camera versus what you're seeing is like a lot harder than it looks. Because we can't talk to the camera people. So we're looking at it and then something happens, but then on the screen it's not there. So what the people are seeing, it's really bad to talk about something that's not on the screen. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if something happens, and I'm like a very like thinker and talker, like it just comes out of me. So it's really, really hard to not talk until what I want is on the screen. And it's been something like I've had to get better at, but it was the best like our crew had ever done. I feel like the races left a little bit to be desired. Like it was kind of everybody knew what was going to happen by the time the last day hit. But Brock hit me with the guilt trip of the year. I'm sure he told you about that.
Yeah,
he was so proud of it.
Oh, that was good.
No, it was good, but he was so proud of it. Like he like.
Oh, I get
I had planned on coming anyway. It was more like, hey, I probably will come, but like there's on an off chance where like it doesn't happen, but I'm going to try with all my power to be there. It's not like I'll try meaning I'm not gonna come. I don't say I'm gonna try if I don't mean I'm gonna try.
What would have held you back?
If I couldn't get a ride.
Okay, so basically you weren't willing to spend $7-8 on an Uber to get there or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was yeah.
Just really cool.
Yeah, that's what would have helped. I would have contacted a lot of people for a ride.
Where did y'all stay?
I'm
Hotel?
very cheap though. Yeah, it's like 15 minutes away.
I'm glad. I'm glad
that.
Christ's blood is worth $7 or not worth $7.
You can't guilt trip me now, Daniel. I went. I like it doesn't work twice over.
I'm just guilt tripping that you said I'll try.
But I meant it.
I did want to ask you, do you know
what if I said
Taylor
I'm gonna be there? I'm gonna be there. And then like something happens and I can't go. Or Sevon's like, hey, we have to start at 7. Like we have to start set up at 7. Or I want to do a pre-show at 7. I have to be there for that. I can't say it can't happen until this time.
Then you need to add more context to I'll try.
Well, but like I don't know if that stuff is gonna happen. It shouldn't happen.
Then you should say basically, barring any circumstance that I cannot fix, I will be there.
That's too long of a text. Why were Taylor and Bryson there?
Yeah, did they just decide to come? Or,
dude, I almost got everybody to come. I almost got the whole house to come. And then it quickly turned into they were like, no, we're not coming. But yeah, I thought everybody was gonna come for a minute. No, I said, can somebody give me a ride, or can Tyler give me a ride there at that time? And then we're supposed to work out in the morning anyway. You know what I mean? So And then Taylor and Bryson said Angelo's been kind of on them about going. And I'll go. And then I was like, well, you should come. I'm going to go. Right. And then Peter was like, I think I'm going too. And then Sevon was like, well, let's all just go. And I was like, look at this. and then it quickly devolved into something else. And then I was
that conversation went south.
Yeah, it did. It went south. But then Peter was going to go no matter what. And I was like, okay, Tyler. So Tyler, you can give me and Peter a ride. And I was like, cool. Like, we're good. And then Tyler was supposed to do the last workout with me. We had one workout left to do for Crash. Daniel, I don't know if you knew this, but like I was doing all the work. Me and Tyler were going to do all of the Crash workouts as the athletes were doing them, like in order. First, it was just me against him, and then it turned into I want to see if I wouldn't get last. It was Tyler had a baby like 6 months ago, and he's in that deal. He's in an unfit state. I did not know this until then, but like he has got great excuses, so it's not. I don't put it against him or anything, but I beat him in a gymnastics workout I should not have beaten him in. And from that point, it was like, okay, I want to see if I don't get last now. Because the other workouts were all like very good for me. Brock, I don't know if I'm talking about the workout, but they're very like heavy, grindy workouts, but heavy, where you don't need very good lungs to be good at them. But anyway, we were supposed to do the last workout that morning, and Tyler dropped me and Peter off, and he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go get gas." And I said, "Okay." And then he never came back. So I did the last workout by myself with the Tackett, just with the group.
Would you have gotten last based on the other?
No, I think I would have got like third. I think I would have got beat 3 people, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty impressive.
I would argue that the programming was very suited for me. Other than just having
the programming.
Yeah, I thought the programming was awesome. Other than there being like a max out, like I couldn't ask for better workouts. Like the flip sled and handstand push-up workout, you can't make a workout that's better for me than that workout. I was almost top 3 in that workout. And I failed the last handstand push-up, Daniel. It was devastating. When that workout came out, it's a 600-pound flip sled and then deficit strict handstand push-ups. I'm a freak at both. And I told Colton, I was like, hey, I think I can beat you at this workout. And Colton is the 10th fittest man in the world. He's 5'4". So like anything that he's like anatomy wise, he's just he's otherworldly at it. Like nobody's going to touch him. And he like wins Crash very easily. And he was like, no shot. And I was like, all right, well, I think I can. So, I was on pace for sub 330, which would have been 3rd place. And then I failed the last handstand push-up. It was the last rep. And it took me 40 seconds to get the next rep. It was devastating. And so it ended up being like a 13th place or like a 12th place or something like that. Would have been 3. Colton would have still beat it by like 30 seconds. But he was 30 seconds ahead of 2nd place. He was just something you're not going to touch. But that would have helped me on P score. Like I might have been like 20th place with that score, but at a 30. But it didn't happen. So, and then the llama. I would love to see Daniel do the llama.
Which one was that? The box jump?
It's the sled pull. No, he couldn't do the box jump one. The sled pull kettlebell one.
Oh yeah.
It's because
there's no way I could have done the deadlifts would have ate me up.
Have you done the sled?
Not with the 200, no.
Because it's
and forward
it
drag.
Was
we don't.
It was
do
heavy.
That
it was
often.
heavy. This workout is you pull a sled behind you. You just got to pull it. But I'm telling you right now, the first time I like went to pull, I didn't move. I was like, oh shoot. And then like I had to like really put it on it to like get it moving. Once you got it moving, you're fine. But and then 9 kettlebell deadlifts at 150s, 150-pound kettlebells. So they're heavy-ish. And then you pull it back, and then you take the 200 off. You put a 150 sandbag on it, and there's 745s on it with that sandbag. You put the sandbag on the 745s. And then you pull that sandbag, you do 15 deadlifts, you pull it back, take the 150 off, then you put 100 on, you pull that sandbag, 21 deadlifts, and then you pull the sled back. But it's just brute grind, bad feeling. And it was just a very interesting feeling. It wasn't your lungs. Your just body didn't want to do it. But it's for sure a mass moves mass situation. And I think you would enjoy it. My back did blow up a little bit, but I think you would really like that workout. I would love to like go against you in that workout. And part of me thinks you would win. But I think it would be a close race. I think you would handle it a little bit better than I did. Just the toll. And then I would try to like sprint the 21s to like catch you if you got out of breath. Yeah, I don't know what that. But anyway, that one was.
Do you think, would it be fair to say that Daniel would have an advantage on the sled and a disadvantage on the deadlift to kind of balance it out, being taller? You think?
Yeah, but if he went fast at all, he's right back on the sled. Where Daniel would have a disadvantage is just having done a workout like that before. Because if you just go for 5 minutes without stopping, he's not fit enough to like not blow up. And like this was a workout I was going slow from the beginning, and it's still just, all right, I'm going to sit here for a minute. All right, now I'm going to go pull this sled.
But you were 350 pounds with the sandbag?
Say what?
So you were pulling 350 pounds with the sandbag?
No, it's a lot more than that. It's the sled is 180, and then it's 745s on that, and then a 200 pound sandbag.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's a lot.
And you don't really know like what it's gonna feel like until you put it on there. I moved to 745s like nothing. Like I'm like, I'm gonna smoke this. And then you put that 200-pound bag on there, and it was just different world. Yeah. And then the 150, when I went to the 150, felt no difference. Felt the exact same. And then when you went to the 100, though, it felt so much lighter. Felt like a completely different sled. It was a surreal experience. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't feel that feeling unless you're at that event doing it. But it was something that like I think you would really enjoy just trying to do in the morning. Like all three of us really, because that's a workout that Brock you could do. It might like gut punch you a little bit the way it did Tyler. I don't know if you watched Tyler, but I mean, it ripped him in half. But
I would just have to break the deadlift a lot.
Dude, I was doing threes. But
I wish I had
heavy.
I wish I had a turf area. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I might send you like the video or the link of that workout just so you could see it. Not that you'd be interested in the race at all, but just to be like, yeah, that would be a cool workout. And it's just hard to describe the stimulus that you feel doing it. But anyway, no, I was really proud of my. I was surprised of my fitness during it. I didn't think I'd be very fit.
How much?
And then what? 204.
Oh wow! Okay.
I think I've been 204 like a month.
Still fit with 204. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'll ever leave 204 at this point. I think I'll forever stay 204 for the rest of my life.
Maybe if you change your diet.
Dude, I didn't eat for a week and I was 204. I was like, all right, I'm sick of this. I'm just not gonna eat. I'm gonna fast for 7 days. Still
Yeah.
204.
Yeah, I actually think like you're burning fuel efficiently with the way you've ate for the last 30 years.
Well, I'm not gaining weight.
I'm just saying, your mitochondria are screaming at you right now. Like,
I got
please
some.
give me
I got
something worthwhile.
powerful mitochondria. My mitochondria is top shelf, man. Hey, I got blood work. And it was the greatest thing anybody's ever seen.
Yeah.
What's your test level?
900.
Nice. Good for you, man.
Holy cow, dude!
Dude, I know. I got blood work, and it was the doctor was like, "You're awesome."
Dude, I need to get on.
Like even
testosterone.
my like the bad cholesterol was like, he said, "You don't see it this low," and I was like, "Are you sure?" Because I feel like I was like, "I'm gonna be straight with you, doctor. I don't eat very good." But my macros are good. It's just I just don't get there very good at all. And I don't claim that I eat good at all, but I do stay 40-30-30 on macros. And my like bad cholesterol he said it was the lowest he had ever seen. Now I don't know if he tells everybody that, but I'm just saying.
The quality of the macros matters. It'll catch up eventually.
Oh, 100%, Daniel. I'm not arguing that it doesn't.
Okay.
But bad eating for your average Walmart goer and bad eating for me, I feel like is two different things.
Well, yeah.
I don't claim that I eat well.
You just get more protein.
I just don't think it's as bad as, people want to make it out to be.
Well, yeah, you're comparing it to the average American. That's pretty terrible.
Yeah, well, go get your blood work. We'll see who's better. Just saying.
In March of 20.
And Leslie was so pissed. Leslie was so mad because she was like, I can't wait to see these. And like, because she thought like it was going to be bad. And I thought it was going to be bad too, because we were both convinced it was going to be bad. And she was so, I was like, you're mad that I'm healthy? I'm Captain America and you're mad. And she was, dude. She wanted me to be bad so bad.
That's funny.
Everything of mine's in the green. My test is 523 or was. Which I still think for a 30-year-old male is low.
What is your testosterone, Daniel?
No idea. I'll get it checked out one of these days.
Dude,
I wonder
900, that's good.
I wonder if there is a tell of like you're great. Or not like great, like you're good. Like if there is if you see something and you get real competitive, or if you if you're hard in the morning, or like just I wonder if there's like a thing that's like just like a sign that your testosterone is like you're fine. I feel like there's gotta be, right?
I mean, there's signs that it's not, but I don't know. I would assume all the opposite of it. I can ask my buddy. He's a big one of
big juice head.
No, he's not. He's one of my classmates. He's a 20-year military vet, just retired. So he's 45, and he's a big proponent of hormone replacement therapy. So he knows a whole lot more than I could ever dream of knowing. But
dude, I was hoping and praying that my testosterone was really low whenever I got it checked, so that they would put me on test. Not for any like negative reason.
No, sure. So all
my
of a sudden
energy
you start.
level is always
He's
low.
like, I'm gonna snatch 200 one way or the other.
yeah,
That's what he said.
real.
That's what he said. He said
Needle or no needle,
he's like,
hey, whatever it takes.
You need a special blood test to get your testosterone checked, don't you?
I don't. I got a full panel that just did everything, and but I don't know.
Did you do it yourself, John?
No. Like I went to a lab.
Well,
One of the blood labs that they have, like a diagnostics. It's something diagnostics. Diagnostics. That's a hard word to say.
I know there's a lot of them companies where you can send your info off and they'll.
I don't know if I trust those though. I like going to the place.
I'm gonna see if I have access to it because I might. I had to get my blood tested recently, but I don't think it had testosterone in it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your normal, like you have to. I think testosterone is a different. Like I don't think it comes on your normal lipid panel.
No, you have to. No, it doesn't. You have to get like a special one.
Oh, okay. Then no, I don't know what my testosterone is. I'll get it checked in the next year. I'm gonna try to take advantage of some former player thing they offer, but we'll see.
Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna lose. I think I'm gonna be 204 for a minute. I've lost faith in trying to lose weight. I hurt my wrist, and then I couldn't snatch for a while, and I was like, all right, well, we're just gonna do CrossFit, I guess. But I have a little goal that we will see what comes about. It's gonna hurt my my grid stuff, but that's okay.
You doing grid again?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Oh, I didn't think you were going to.
No, it was a fun time. Like I mean, there were ups and downs, but it's a fun time. But the quarterfinals is back, Daniel.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And the Open is always just super aerobic, right? There's no really hard skills and it's not very heavy anymore. But quarterfinals is kind of a full rounded fitness test always. And they are taking, instead of the top 1%, they are just taking the top 2,000 people in quarterfinals in the world to semifinals.
Nice.
Okay. And then I looked up the last time there were quarterfinals, because quarterfinals just fits me a lot better than the Open. The harder the skills are, the heavier stuff is, the better I'm going to do versus just go run for 20 minutes. No offense, Brock.
Knew that was coming.
Well, you're like open workouts fit you to a T, right?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna crush all of them. The last time quarterfinals was there, I was 2,500th place in the world. And so it's only 500 spots in the world. Now, I was the fittest I've ever been at that point, but it's only 500 spots away. So I think I'm going to really try to go into the dungeon and see if I can't make semifinals.
Well, Godspeed.
I see you don't have faith in me.
No, I don't.
Grant said he would smoke you on the wall ball.
He's talking about the wall ball burpee box jump workout. I actually did a version of that today. So it's funny that he brought that up. I'm really bad at that combination.
Dude, I don't know why. Really
it is a hard workout. It is a very hard workout. It is. But I'm saying that combination of movements in itself, how certain combinations of movements just get you harder than other movements. Mm-hmm. That one in particular just really, really zaps me. But the goal is to get to where I can finish that specific workout, where I can finish that one under the 20 minutes. There were games athletes that didn't finish that.
Oh yeah.
I want to say that was like your best score of all time, wasn't it?
No, I mean, it wasn't great. I barely finished, but I did finish.
So you did better than Guy.
Yeah, I was like 19. It was either, I know this is a big range, but for some reason I remember it was either 1909 or 1949. I know that's a big as a big difference, but it was 19 something.
This is easy to effort.
I'll let you know what my testosterone is whenever I figure it out. I'm kind of interested too now that I'm learning a little bit about it.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. I'm just curious. I mean, even if I'm low, like I'm not going to do anything about it unless I feel absolutely awful and can't do anything. So,
Did you not sign up for quarterfinals, Brock?
Yeah, in 2024, but it's not letting me pull it up.
What about 2022?
No, I don't think. I think 2023 was my first year doing the Open.
So you just because there wasn't quarterfinals in 2025. I
Yeah,
got
it's
you.
showing.
I got you.
It's showing. I don't know why it's not pulling
1948.
up.
You were
1948.
1300th in the world.
that's pretty good, dude.
God, that workout sucked though. God, it was so bad.
It's pretty vicious. Oh, I think I did this quarterfinals too. Let's see who beat who here. This will be fun because I wasn't like great then.
I don't know why it won't let me pull it up.
Not that I've ever been great. Wait, you were 3,000th in the world. So you were 1,300th in workout two. Do you want to hear what I was? I was 11,000. That's insane. 11,600. That's crazy. That's a crazy discrepancy.
What was the other quarterfinal workouts that year? Rope climbs, wall walks, or rope climbs, handstand push-ups. It ended on ring muscle ups. I remember because I barely made it back to the rings.
Yeah, no. So you, the other one was the like interval workout where it was a minute of step ups, a minute of snatches, and a minute of rowing.
I did decent on that one.
And yeah, I feel like you would have killed that one. You did better on that one than you did the wall ball one. You were 970.
Dang, Brock. Okay.
Luck of the draw on those workouts.
Well, I like, you weren't. The other two weren't as good, and they were the other two were a lot better for me.
Was one of them the 20-minute AMRAP, the row double under deadlift?
No, that was in the Open.
Okay, I remember, dude, that I came out so hot on that workout, and I blew up so fast.
The other ones where you said the ring muscle up handstand push up one, and I did fairly good in that one, and then the clean and jerk one.
Oh yeah, I didn't do good at that one.
I was 500.
Yeah, because wasn't it
in that one?
Wasn't it 135, 185, 225, 245?
Yeah, for max reps if you got there, but a 10-minute cap. Daniel, I think you would actually like that workout.
I made it there, but I didn't get many reps at 245.
Yeah, a 10-minute time cap.
Yeah.
You rest a minute after you're done with the interval, okay? 10 clean and jerks at 135.
Yeah.
Rest 1 minute. 10 clean and jerks at 185. Rest 1 minute. 10 clean and jerks at 225. Rest 1 minute, and then max clean and jerks at 245.
Ouch.
And then
I think I got
you do that till 10 minutes.
2 reps at 245, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd make it to 245. My jerk.
I think you would. You can do. You can jerk 225.
Would.
You have plenty of time to get to 245, man.
Yeah, you would definitely make it for sure.
My jerk's really bad.
Well, you just have to do 225. That's it.
Yeah, I know.
You snatched that.
Barely.
So if Brock got 2 reps at 245 and he can't snatch 200, and you snatch 225, you're telling me you're not going to be able to make it to 245?
I don't know. Brock might just be better what do you call it? Jerker than me. Pause.
Dude, Brock's not better at weightlifting than anybody.
You're better than Grant.
Maybe.
No, you are. I watched Grant lift.
Well, Grant's got 2 bum shoulders, doesn't he?
I'm about to lose even more because I'm running more, so I'm definitely going to lose more strength.
Yeah, but you're not a runner, you said.
Dude, y'all people don't believe me, but I really don't like running. I really don't. I'm forcing myself to.
Hey, John, who is Lamar Jackson in our league?
Destiny.
Brock knew that answer so quick. I mean, just running around talking about Lamar Jackson.
Dude, she gives me such a hard time. It pisses me off so bad.
Well, I think I know who I'm going to start this week then.
Yeah, but she's in a free fall right now, Brock.
Well, that's because Lamar Jackson's been out.
I know, but she's in a free fall, right? She's lost like 5 straight. If she somehow does not make the playoffs, you could single-handedly send her to the toilet bowl. How sweet would that be?
It'd be pretty sweet.
I'm pulling for you, Brock. I don't want to give you a workout.
At this point, I really don't even care if I have to do the workout. I just want to win one freaking game. Just one. I just want to win one. I can't go over. I can't do it. I'll do the dang workout. I just want to win one game.
I'm picking at Atlanta. Okay?
You're what?
You're picking what?
I'm picking at Atlanta for my workout that you have to do.
What's that?
You wear a weight vest.
Is that the one that's like 300 pull-ups?
You do 1 mile run, 100 handstand push-ups.
With a weight vest on?
Yeah. 200 pistols, and then 300 pull-ups. And then you run it. And then hold on. But this part's better because you're gonna love this next part, and then you get to run another mile. So I think it'll be fun for you.
Yes, seeing that I can't do a pistol, that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be sick.
You can scale your pistols, but you have to still wear the weight vest.
You said 300 pull-ups?
Yeah.
Holy cow, my arms will fall off.
It's basically just 300 pull-ups for time. I did the workout one time, and then I would never going to do it ever again.
Was that at the games one year?
In 2020. I did it was
brutal.
Well, it was the last workout. I feel like it has to be.
Oh my gosh. That's awful. After a whole weekend of compete, after 11 other events, that 14. Is brutal.
Yeah, it was only 5 people though, because it was during COVID.
Oh yeah, COVID. Yay.
There's only 5 people.
No, they did an online competition. To get, or you did the top, however they got you to the top 30, they did. It was various competitions, and then the open, it doesn't matter, just the top 30 competed in the online games, and it was 7 events, or 6 events. Sorry. And then the top 5 out of the 30 went to the games. And then it was just 5 people, 5 men, 5 women at the ranch, at Dave's ranch, where basically he could just make it, and he doesn't have to get, because he owns like a 30-acre ranch type deal. And then they just made it with those 5 people, 10 total people. That way they could do it during COVID. And it actually, for what they had to deal with, I actually think it went really, really, really well. But that's just what they did that year.
Yeah, that's gross.
I think Dave took it as the opportunity to be like, hey, I'm going to just kind of put them through a test that I would not be able to put through 30 people.
That makes sense. Well, I got an early morning tomorrow, so I got to sign out.
Me too.
Okay. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for joining.
I appreciate it, guys. I hope to be like a full-time guest at some point. You know what I mean? Like,
That'd be nice.
I'll have to work my way up the ladder.
Okay.
But I
We'll
appreciate
go ahead and clarify now. Next Thursday, 7
it's
Central.
7 o'clock. Okay, I got
7
it.
Central, 8 Eastern.
You know what it was?
Hold on. Next Thursday, I got a game, so can't. Sorry.
Me and John can do it if John wants to. or
Yeah,
we-
I'm down. I can.
That's fine.
Yes. You know what it was I was Eastern when we set the date. And so I was like 8 o'clock. Got it. Because my mind was Eastern. Does that make sense?
That's a valid excuse. I guess.
No,
we'll
don't
give you that
give
one.
it. That is ridiculous.
And at the time I was like 8 o'clock. And then like, I didn't say 8 Eastern. I was like, it was just, okay, 8 o'clock. Cause Eastern was all the time, every time. I'm looking at timesheets all day, Daniel. My mind has to switch to it.
I don't care, John.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Make a calendar. Like, come on, dude.
I came, didn't I?
45 minutes late.
I was here for an hour and 2 minutes.
Yeah, talking about your performance at Crash.
Nonsense. No, I understand. That's what I bring to the podcast. Nonsense. But it's my fault. I'll be here next week. 7 o'clock.
Well, I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. See y'all.
Goodbye.